congratulations to all of those coaches out there who really put in the hours to make sure that your kids go to the right home, not just to the most popular home or to the home where your program gets the most exposure, but to the right home, the home that they're able to go to for 4 to 5 years if they choose and be happy with the outcome. Whether that is a Division III school or a top-notch FBS school, I applaud you, because if you're doing anything to help your kids get a leg up in this world and trying to be the best that they can be through education and through improving that mind, that's what we're about here at X and O's of Joe. So kudos to you coaches. I know people don't really ever give you a lot of credit for that, and some people take credit when they don't really need to take credit. I just want you to know from my heart, if you're out there doing it the right way, I salute you. It's a fantastic thing. With that being said, as we move to the side, those guys who have found homes and we're still looking for homes for other kids, we still have to continue to work on ourselves. If you're in the Atlanta area, the Glazer Clinic is this weekend. You should definitely get out there and see a lot of people who are doing similar things to me. They're out there giving whiteboard talks and reviews, and they're giving the game away, and all you have to do is go there and consume that information, learn the things that you can learn, and put it back in play. Today, what I want to talk about, it being an offensive kind of day, is I want to talk about screen passes, and 2 screen passes in particular. One is what I like to call missile, the other one is rocket. Now, you may have different names for it. You may have names that alternate. It may mean the same thing, but when I explain them to you, I'll tell you why I like them, I'll tell you how I like to run them, and I'll tell you how you can employ them into the offense that you already run right now. Stay tuned, it's going to be a fantastic day. So, the first thing I want to talk about is missile. And for me, missile is an interior receiver running an outside bubble while getting blocking from the outside receivers. So, missile for me, essentially, without going into way too many details, is a bubble screen. Now, the missile can be run, in my opinion, from anywhere on the inside out. So if you're an inside receiver going outside. So I have a couple formations lined up here. I have a trip formation over here. I have a balanced 2x2 formation over there. We're out of a pistol here. We're under center there. Notice it doesn't really matter to me what you're in, because the missile allows you to be able to take advantage of getting the ball outside quickly and using the advantage of putting people inside. And now it's fast guys on fast guys, especially fast guys versus guys who don't tackle well. And so that's why I really like the missile so much. Now, I'll go over to the 2x2 side since I'm already facing this way, and I'll run missile to the 2x2. If you're looking at the way in which this is set up, the thing I like about missile is that I could essentially run it from a balance set either way. So let's just say, for instance, we've been running zone and one of these guys decide they want to stay tight to the box. I'm going to go wherever the advantage is, because it's going to be a one-on-one with these guys. So here's a safety out here. So I probably have an advantage in the fact that he doesn't tackle as well as most likely this linebacker does. However, he's faster. So he's going to be able to close the distance fast. Maybe I want to go over here because now I'm going to have the speed on my side. So I decide, I look at it, you know what, the field's this way, we're going to run it to the field side. So we're going to run this missile, and all it is a base block here and or a fade and the bubble from number 2. Now, here's why I say a fade, because this guy, if he's not man-to-man, his first step is probably going to be that way as a curl to flat defender. This guy respects here. So the quarterback opens up and he hikes and steps back, and that cornerback sees this bubble and he goes there, you could easily pump that and throw that rope right there to number one if it's a go. Now, if we've got him blocking, the quarterback, like baseball, he's right-handed, he just steps off, rifles that ball out here to this guy. Numbers, he's trying to beat this dude. If that guy goes this way, he's able to there and then cut underneath. If he comes here, there's a good chance he can outrun him. Now in the 2x2, I would mirror this. So I would have it happen both ways. The receivers don't know which way it's coming until it comes. Now whichever way I call it, my back wants to go opposite. So if we're gonna run it, say this is the field side, we're gonna run it to this right, my back wants to fill in opposite. My offensive lineman wants to cut down front leg of this defensive end because we don't want him getting up the field. It's imperative that he make this guy stop his feet, put his hands down, or try to make a move inside. From there, he's there. This guy is cutting down anything front side. He is reach, ripping, and running to the second level because he has no responsibility up here. Now, if this guy can reach through the shoulder and get up to the next level, I like that too. Anything that keeps him from going up the field and having to do this. If he has to do that, we're good. Everybody on the backside, he's here. He has to cut that guy down because that guy can make a play. These two guys can hit that dude. We don't want him taking unnecessary hits. He's coming here, and then he's going to clean up anything on the backside over there. Obviously, I would call this, in my offense, they would make a right or left call in some type of designation. Either it would be red, red, blue, blue, depending upon what we're doing. Ricky, Lucy, Roger, Lucky. There's a bunch of different ways you can call it quickly in order to make this thing happen. Again, the quarterback's footwork. Step off and two. Now, if he's going left, all he has to do is step back and throw. So if he's going left, it's right step back, throw. If he's going to the right, it's right step back, step and throw. So 2 quick motions to the right side because you've got to open the hips to be able to throw that way. 1 motion if you're going left, because all you have to do is clear the garbage and throw it that way. Similar to what a baseball player is doing when he's in transition from the pass and he's on second and he's trying to make that pass to first. He wants to get that ball out as fast as he possibly can. Over here, we've got a 3x1 set. Here you go here. You're looking at this. It's gonna be this guy and this guy. That's what we're saying. So we're gonna block here or run off, whichever one. You're gonna block here or run off. Notice he's running there. He's gonna probably run to the hashes. He's running to the numbers. So they're gonna block or run off. This guy bubbling outside, and it's one-on-one with this man right here, and we like our advantages. So short snap here. He's already cleared the garbage. So now all he's doing is catching and throwing. Catching and throwing. Now, if it was going this way, he's in the short snap. He still has to catch, flip the feet, 1, 2, throw. Anyway, it's still fast. Now, we're gonna cut down the front side leg. If we can't get in front of them, make sure they can't get there, or we're gonna rip through that outside shoulder and try to get up to this next level. Centering the guard, center's going, guard is cutting that end down, backside tackle working to this side. This back's gonna go backside, clean up any trash so he doesn't get blindsided from the backside. Over here, he can block or he can run him off. Doesn't really matter what he's doing back here as long as he's occupying this guy. Now, you can see how the leverage is here where he has a lane. He can hit here, he can go here, It just all depends on how those defenders react. We want to try to keep this safety to where he has to get inside. We don't necessarily want him to go over the top, but if he goes over the top, we're going to block him to the sideline. This cornerback, you want to take him wherever he wants to go. If he wants to go there, block him. If he wants to go there, block him. This guy should be able to make an adjustment based off your block. You want to try to make this guy run as far this way as possible, because the more lateral he has to run, the more positive yards that you get. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions with the bubble is that you got to hit a home run every time. That's not the truth. You just have to get positive yards. These are long handoffs. These are long handoffs, and if you think of it that way, you're going to have a lot of success. Now, stay tuned. I'm going to talk to you about the rocket. Now we're back. We're going to look at the rocket. Now, unlike the missile, where it's a bubble outside, the rocket is a step back. A step back from the outside receiver, usually a step back from the outside receiver. However, your rocket could be a slot receiver step back in your 3 or 4 wide receiver set. If you have a trips or a quads type of setup, you can run rocket a lot of different ways. So I'm looking at the 3x1 side right now, so I'm gonna go here first. Rocket is this guy. He's going to take that quick 1-2, come back, towards the ball, but not inside. This is not a bubble inside. This is not a wide receiver screen, middle screen. This is an outside play. He's stepping back. These guys are going to attack. They're going to attack the number 1 and number 2 defenders. We still want this guy having to run all the way over here to make a play. Same thought process. If this guy can rip through this end there, that's great. He cannot let this end beat him outside of his face. Either he's going to cut him down, block him on the line of scrimmage, or rip through him. That gives this guy enough time to catch it and throw the ball. He's going to do the same thing. Rip through. He's climbing because he's got nobody in this gap. He's cutting off. He's climbing. Backside, you can block or do whatever. Occupy this cornerback. This back. Working to the backside to make sure this dude doesn't get killed. Same footwork as the missile. He's trying to get that ball out there. So he's here, he's coming there, and he's trying to get north and south as fast as possible because he wants to get this guy that way. And the longer he's that way, the more north and south yardage he's able to get. So another quick hitter allows you to get the ball out your hand, long handoff, get positive yards. Now, over here, 2x2, again, we like to mirror the rocket. So both sides are going to run the rocket. And we're going to look to block. Now, here you definitely want to make sure that you try to choose the side that doesn't have the guy exposed from the box. Now, both of them are. Choose your side. Take your chances that he makes a guy miss. Go this way. Remember, it's one-on-one, and you want to play one-on-one. That's what you want. You want your athlete against their athlete or their linebacker, whatever it might be, because you feel like your athlete can win. If you don't feel like your athlete can win, don't run rocket. It's that simple. So now, say we're going to go this way this time. We're going to rip through, try to get to that guy. Rip through, try to get there. Cut off, backside. If we were going the other way, rip through, try to get to that dude. Nobody there, so he's going. He's going to cut this nose down. He'll cut that end down. He'll reach up, try to go get that linebacker. And then this back would be off this way to get that guy, or off this way to get that guy leaking. Now, the cool thing about the rocket that I like is you always have an opportunity for the rocket and go. And you see it on both sides. You got the rocket and go for both sides because these guys have to respect this rocket. And the moment they don't, number one, if they go with that guy, you can still pump it to him and go. But if they come down, there's no way this free safety can be right. And there's no way that free safety is gonna be able to guard those guys. So it's a quick, and you let that thing go, not like you're throwing a floater or a deep pass. You're trying to throw that thing on a rocket, on a laser about 12 to 15 yards down the field so you can catch him in stride and let him run the rest of the way. Your quarterback really needs to understand that the quicker he gets the ball out of his hands, the quicker it gets into the hands of the receivers. Let the receivers get the yak yardage that's going to count for your quarterback the same. So you got your rocket and go, you got your rocket where he can step. Again, the same stepping principle, step back off the line, right there, or either open up right there. You got your rocket pass out of both of those. Now, the best thing about it, and what I keep trying to tell people, is that these screen passes, they can all work with a run play. And so I'm gonna show you really quickly how it can work with the run play. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's say you have a run play that you run a lot. It's a dominant run play for you, and you are trying to keep people from keying on your run play. One of these screens, whether it's a rocket or a missile, is great to attach to the play because A, it keeps your receivers occupied and into the game. It makes the defensive backs have to account for them, but it also allows you to be able to pull up and use this to your advantage within the play that you're running at this time. So let's say I have a 2x2 set and our linebackers, we notice that the linebackers are not extending out on number 2. We understand that, so we want to make sure we take advantage here. Now we're running zone, and so zone is what we like to run. So we're going to run zone to the bubble, and it's great, but we're looking, and it's like, man, they've got these 4 guys for our 3 guys, but only 1 guy out here for these 2. We know that we're going to run the bubble action with these guys. So they're running bubble regardless of what we do, whether we run zone or not. These guys are running zone regardless because they know that we're running zone. So everybody is clear. But because I see this guy inside the box and not out here where he should be to try to apex between this tackle and this receiver, my quarterback's going to make the decision that when to snap the ball, he's just going to throw that right now. Boom, he hits it, 5 yards, 10 yards, 20 yards. Guess what that guy's going to do next play? He's going to widen out. That's going to give you the 6-man box you're looking for so that when you then run zone, he's no longer there. We've got this guy up on this linebacker. We got a true double team with his nose here. That guy's occupied out here. We're reading this end. If that guy comes flat, he's pulling it and going, and he still has a second option over here in case this guy really crashes hard on him. He can throw that to that man right now. All the way to be able to make sure that you make adjustments in the run game to allow you to have as much success as possible. So that's all the time we have for X and O's and Joes today. I'm Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining us. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the video if you're interested in what we're doing as we continue to make things happen. We want you to be involved. We want you to support this movement. Make sure you're celebrating your players today on National Signing Day. Make sure that you're out there getting as much coaching up as you can possibly get. If you like the t-shirt, make sure you subscribe and go grab one of these t-shirts. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.